Oh my goodness, you guys. Good morning. I was up at like 3:15 in the morning, and it's probably because of just worry, with Sakara being in the hospital. And you can see her sister here is she's doing pretty good, but she's still looking around for her sister. And yesterday she was a little whiny. She's, when you could just tell your animals are a little off, she's a little off. So of course Mama Bear is concerned about her, so I worry. And I normally don't sleep a lot anyway, but 3 in the morning getting up that early is a little early for me. So I feel a little tired right now. I'm gonna grab my coffee because it's right here. So I did the Bliss Friday love letter. You guys should have gotten it. And good morning and happy Bliss Friday, you guys. Cheers. Here's to a good Friday and a good weekend. Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable, little one? I feel like my coffee needs a little more stevia, but oh well. Okay, so if you guys read the Bliss Friday love letter, I gave you some details on just things, just about what's going on with POBA and the things that I'm working on. And so I just want to kind of tell you in person, but I also wanted to just give you more details of my trip because it was really fun. And you saw the picture of me and my daughter, Raquel, and it really is, life is all about just love and family, love for self, love for the people in your life, and how well you do at that, right? How well you love yourself, how well you love other people, right? And the more that we love ourselves, the more we are capable of loving other people in a really healthy way. And that's why it's so important for you to invest in yourself, to love yourself. And it's also the reason why when I came back from my trip, literally, I think in a day I filmed. I just had a lot of juice. I had that break because normally I'm just going constantly. I just love what I do, so I'm constantly, working and having ideas and making videos and publishing things and writing things and working on stuff. And having that 4 days, it's like it just gave me that time to relax and not, literally not do one certificate, not, because my life every day consists of, doing certificates for people. And it's a lot of certificates that I have to do for POBA, and a lot of interaction, which I love, because you guys are telling me your stories and how the things that you learned from my courses, how it impacted you and what you learned from it. And I can't tell you enough how much that means to me because it's you, connecting back with me. And I'm I'm putting myself out there all the time, but that's just me putting myself out there. So when you guys respond to me and you tell me your stories, excuse me, tell me your stories, it's you interacting with me, and I need that as just as much as you guys, you guys need that, right? So I want to thank you guys for that and tell you how much I love that. So keep it coming, keep sharing with me. You guys can always reach out to me and just tell me your stories and connect to me. Even if you don't need a certificate or anything, you're always welcome to just reach out to me and share or ask a question, or if you want me to feature a question on a video, be creative and just reach out to me. So now what I want to do is the stuff that I didn't really go too deep into was just the details of my trip. So I want to share that. And I actually have some of the things that I bought that I'm going to share with you right now. Oh, I know. I was thinking before I came in here, I forgot something. I forgot to bring the earrings in, of the little birds, but you can see them in the self-love course. There's little pink birds that I have earrings of. And you can see this isn't from my trip, but it's a cameo, but it's of a skeleton woman. And I got that at Great America in California. I love getting my jewelry just kind of like random places. Like every year I go, when all the Halloween stores are open, I buy jewelry there because I absolutely love their selections that they have. They always have a vintage section, but they have steampunk, and then they just have unusual jewelry that you wouldn't find somewhere else, right? So I love just picking up jewelry in unique places. And so when I went down to visit my daughter in LA, we went to a place in Orange County called the Orange Circle, and we're definitely going back because it's there's a lot. It's like a, a roundabout type of thing, but then the streets go off into these different directions, and there's just shops everywhere, and they're like mom and pop shops. They're vintage, a lot of vintage, a lot of antique, a lot of restaurants, and a lot of, like, there's vegan stuff and like all kinds of cool, unique things. And that's one of the things I miss about being in California, is that you can kind of get everything, but at the same time, everything is so saturated that if you were like an artist coming up, it would be really hard for you to get in because the market is so saturated with certain things. But I do enjoy going out there and visiting and experiencing that. I really like that a lot. So at the Orange Circle, I specifically went there because I follow this guy named Justin Scard on YouTube, and he is inside the antique station, and he has a booth in there, and he makes like signs and all kinds of different things. And one of the things, I got a couple things, darn it, I forgot to bring a couple of things in here, but one of the things that I got was a Teletubby little backpack. It's like a kid's backpack, a mini backpack. It's more like a mini purse kind of thing. I'm using it as a purse, so I got a Teletubby purse from there. I got this, which is this haunted little kitty, and I'm gonna bring him down for you so you could see. I just fell in love with him, and I haven't named him yet. So if you guys want to put in the comments below what you think his name should be, I'm taking your names. I'm taking basically anybody's suggestions and kind of looking at them, because I haven't even had a chance to come up with any particular name for him yet. But he's so cool. I mean, look at his attire. The clothes are well made. He's porcelain. His hands and his head are porcelain. I don't know his story. In fact, I'm gonna email his girlfriend Allie to see if because she buys some of these things that go in their shop, and I'm gonna ask her what his story is. Where did he come from? But he's a music, like a little music kitty. That's so cool, right? And that's so cool. So I fell in love with him, and I thought, oh, he's gonna go perfect with my little Oswald over here that I got it was some kind of monster gothic fair in Seattle. And there's a lady who does all haunted dolls, and I fell in love with him so much I had to have him. So I'm gonna put the kitty back. So I got him at the booth, and the booth is called Random Land. So if you look up Justin Scard, you'll see him on YouTube, and his thing is called Random Land, and he has a booth there in the Orange Circle. So when we were there, we also went into some thrift stores, right? Because I've been wanting to get some new shirts and earrings and stuff, because I do so much filming, and I don't want to be boring, right? Like, I want to have some new things. That part of my videos is to entertain you visually, right? Like, so I'm always thinking about the background and trying to make it an interesting background for you to look at. If you're going to be learning from me, I want to stimulate all of your senses. Well, as many as I can. I can't stimulate your sense of smell or taste, right, while I'm teaching you, but I want you to have something pretty to look at that stimulates you wanting to keep paying attention, right? So part of that is also my attire and my creativity. And anyway, I express myself through my creativity, through how I dress and how I do my hair and my makeup and earrings and, jewelry and, fake arm tattoos, which that's what this is, right? It's a fake arm tattoo that I also got from the Halloween store. So I want to tell you too, when I was out, I forget what part. Oh, we were in Burbank and we went to the Bearded Lady Museum. They also call it the Mystic Museum, right? So that's where you guys probably saw on my, I think on both of my Facebook and Instagram, you saw little videos. They had this little museum of, it was called 90s Slasher, and you went in, you paid for a ticket like $15 to go through, and what they did was, it wasn't a huge thing, but it was a walk through museum where they created vignettes of 90s slasher films, so like Scream, and they had one of Silence of the Lambs, which was actually the well that the girl was in, and the dog and the basket coming down, and you could look up, and every few minutes or so they ran the film of the guy, in the movie where he's looking down and talking to her, which I've only ever watched that movie once, and it creeped me out so badly because I know there's people like that in the world, and it freaked me out. I never watched it again. And honestly, I'm not too much into slasher films, but I just love the creativity, when you're not going to have to see the gore, but you see the creativity of the characters and them setting up the rooms and the vignettes. I really love that. And so it was awesome. And the cool thing was, is these vignettes were interactive. So it wasn't like you go and just look the way that you would in a museum. They wanted you to sit on the couches. They wanted you to like interact with the characters for the most part. And then they gave you all these little areas where you could take photos in the rooms and different things. And so it just was super cool, to be able to go through that and see the creativity. So I've definitely published a lot of the pictures from my trip on social media. So if you haven't seen it, go to Sufani's Place of Bliss on Instagram, or you can actually like my page, Place of Bliss Academy and Sanctuary. From what I'm told, if you like that page, that's kind of my like business page, then it will take you to, or it'll help you find the Place of Bliss Academy private group. That's what I'm told anyway. Okay, so now what I want to get back to is the orange circle. So we went to the orange circle, and I was able to get some clothes and some things there. So I want to share with you. I'm always, what's funny is, now I've always been creative with my clothes, but I'm changing, and what I'm finding, I guess, yeah, I'm getting kind of weirder with age. And I embrace that part of myself, but what I'm doing now when I go into my closet is I'm looking at my closet and I'm going, oh, what two items would I never put together? If I'm trying to layer, because I'm wanting to layer things more. And it's like, what two shirts would I never put together? Or I'll just see them sitting there and go, oh, those would go together in an interesting way. Like, I would never put those things together before, but it looks like it might go together. And so I'm exploring more with my clothes, which I encourage you to do too, and also go through your closet and get rid of things. So if it's so compact you can't even see things, get a trash bag and go through your clothing that you're not going to wear, like that you don't wear, or maybe there's things that you have and you're just like, I just don't even like these anymore for my wardrobe. Fold them up and do like a donation pile. Shoes that you haven't worn or you've been wearing but they really should be tossed out. Like, just go through your stuff so that you have room to actually see what's in your closet. And then for me, I'm starting to put things together in a unique way, and just thinking more carefully about how I want to combine my clothes. Like this morning, I really thought about, like, I want to wear these cream flowy pants. What shirt, I picked out another shirt and I'm like, just too plain. It didn't, there was nothing funky or fun about it. And then I thought, you know what, I love this shirt because, it has an undershirt built in and it's kind of poncho-y. And so, and then I love wearing this shirt with my fake arm tattoos because it just kind of looks cool. And then I was like, I don't really want to do my hair, but I love putting my little you know, my little vintage bandana on. And I did it in pink because I was going to wear this other maroon shirt under a gold shirt, but I didn't like it. And now that I'm looking at it, it's like pink with kind of red doesn't necessarily go, but it does, right? Like I didn't change it and it actually does kind of still go. And then of course I picked out this because I wanted just something kind of funky. So this outfit, you know, it's like it's got a little bit of an edginess, but it's still soft and vintage. And then these earrings, I forget where I got these from. Oh, I think I got these at the Halloween store too. So I've been thinking more about that and really just looking at like the combinations of my clothes and layering them differently. So when I went into the Orange Circle and they had a thrift store there, I was like, okay, I just started looking for anything that I didn't know I was going to buy anything, but basically I did. I found some stuff. So I want to share with you. This is really wrinkled because I just washed it, but let me show you from this angle. So I found this, I like kind of 50s skirts. They're the only kind of, they work for me. Like a lot of things don't because of my body type, but 50 skirts tend to work when I layer them and have things hanging over. So I found this skirt. And I liked it because it was unique. It like had, you know, like these things sewn on, and I've never seen a skirt like that before, right? So it's like this 50s kind of little skirt. And then I thought, okay, I need to find something that I could layer that's going to hang down because I have another 50 skirt and I already know like you have to have something that hangs down that drapes in a certain way that just doesn't make you look like a moose, right? Especially if you have any boobs up top, you know, the shirt has to fall and hang. Like you can't see this one, but it drapes when it falls, right? So it doesn't make me look like this huge top heavy, you know, stuff. So what I found this interesting shirt that kind of blends. Now, this is going to go under, so you're not going to see the majority of it, but you can see how it blends. Oop, let me get it. How it kind of blends with that, right? Okay, so I have this kind of shirt, and then I found this. This is where, you know, hugging some of the body so that it just doesn't look like I don't look huge, right? But you're still maintaining your shape even though you've got these larger flowy things, right? So I have this cute little sweater, and so basically what it's going to look like is I've got this sweater on, so you'll be able to see this through the back part, right? And then it hangs down below, and then it hangs over this. So I tried it all on together and it actually looks super cute, very feminine. So you guys will see that in an upcoming video, and I'll make sure to dance around or something so you can see the bottom half, because when I teach, you guys are just seeing the top half of me. So I got that there, and I think that's all I got there. Yeah, and then, okay, so let's fast forward because I don't want this video to be too long, but my daughter took me to the coolest place ever, and it's what's the name of it? I put it in something else, another video or something, but it's a really super long street. It's a canyon, Topanga Canyon, and it's this place called Hidden Treasures. I haven't even looked it up online yet, and I hope they have a way to order stuff because I'm in love with this place. It's kind of can be kind of pricey, but it's like really unique. It's the pieces that you always want to find at thrift stores and you can't, right? Because the pieces that you find are really unique, and they're costly, right? Because they're unique and they're from history, right? They're not the average things that you'll just find at any general kind of thrift store. And so I found, you know, I had already been shopping quite a bit, and so I had to kind of pace myself there. But I found this shirt that I thought was so cool, and I tried it on because so many times when I try on vintage stuff, it doesn't fit me anyway, and so I can't buy it. But this one did. I saw this and I was like, oh my God, this shirt is so cool and unique, and it has these big sleeves with some kind of ruffle, and it has this colorful print on it, and I've never seen anything like this before, and it's drawstring at the bottom. And I thought, okay, if I try this on right now, because I had already had a shirt on that was layered, if I put this on and the layers beneath come out and it looks okay, then I'm gonna get it. And sure enough, it fit me fine. And you can see me wearing this in the self-love master practitioner course. And what I have underneath it is I had these two sexy nighties that I had gotten, and I don't even wear them. But they have at the bottom, they're really thin and flowy. And so what you see is this pink and yellow, because there's pink and yellow in here. I wore it underneath, and then those things kind of come down in these little like triangular shapes. And I just layered those underneath to hang down over the pants I was wearing. And so it blends in with this, and it's also thin enough where it doesn't look heavy. And I love it. Looks great. So I already wore this and I absolutely love it. And I wore it with my pink birdie earrings, which I will have to show you guys later. And then the other thing that I got at Hidden Treasures was these sunglasses, because, I have big glasses, right? And so sometimes in the car I might want to have sunglasses on, but I can't because I'm wearing these, which I need for my vision, right? So I found something that was just as big, slightly bigger, that I could just kind of put over. So I could do it like this, but that's slightly off my nose. I'll probably just do it like this. And so I just think this is hilarious. I mean, would you look a second time? If you saw somebody in the car next to you like this. So I got these. But also, they had a free basket. And if you guys ever go anywhere and you see a free basket, look inside, because especially if you're like me and you like weirder stuff, the weirder stuff tends to be in those baskets, right? Now, I'm very crafty, and what was in this basket was broken. These glasses were broken, but I'm crafty and I have a lot of jewels and different spare parts. So I'm going to fix this. But again, another pair of glasses, right? So I'm going to re-glue this, and then I'm going to do my own version of something up top so I can actually wear these too. And it's the same thing. They're big. So because they're big, I'll be able to wear these over my glasses, or just for fun or for photo shoots or what have you, but I'll be able to fix this. And I got these for free. The glasses themselves are in perfect condition. It's just the creative part came off, and I can fix that. So I love getting a free deal. And then whenever I go somewhere, I always get a patch, because I have a pair of shorts that I made into a purse, but even though the purse is really well made, it just doesn't look good. I thought it was going to look better than it did and be funkier. And even my husband is like, it's kind of ugly as a purse. The inside purse that I made is really good. So the good news is I created it in a way where I could actually cut the threads, and I can still wear the shorts and still have the purse. So I think I'm going to cut them off. But the reason why I'm telling you that is because those shorts have always been, when I travel and I go somewhere, I pick up a patch from wherever I go, and I would sew the patch on or glue the patch on, or iron it on, whatever. And so I picked up another patch, which I'm really into monster culture. And so I got a Nosferatu. So I'm going to be putting those on the shorts. And, the reason why I made the shorts into a purse is because for a while there, I thought, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue to wear these shorts, because I just felt like I was getting fatter or something. But then I ended up losing weight. And it's like, oh, I can actually still wear. I mean, even when I was at what I felt kind of chubby, for me, I still was able to wear them, but it was kind of like muffin top, and it just made me feel ugly. And so I ended up losing like 5 pounds. Just went to the doctor and had to work on my cholesterol and stuff. But I basically eat 2 meals a day, and my first meal isn't till later in the day, like around 11:30 or 12. So by doing that, I just was eating 2 meals a day, and it actually works really well for me, and without really trying too much. I mean, I cut out all the natural flavors that had kind of made its way back into some of my food, the non-organic stuff, chips and goodies. And so I just kind of restricted that again, where I still have chips, but I make sure that they're organic, or if they're not organic, that I look on the ingredients for very few ingredients. There are some out there. There's like the kettle sea salt. You can't eat all the kettles, even though they're non-GMO. They still have natural flavors in them, and I just have a reaction to natural flavors. It's not good for me, and it just makes me want to eat too much, right? Because they put these addictive chemicals in it. And so for me, just doing that just made me not want to eat it as much, right? So but like the kettle sea salt, if you look at it, there's only like 3 or 4 ingredients, and none of it. It's like, that's what you want in a potato chip. If you're a chip person, look at the ingredients, and there should only be 3 or 4 things, like sea salt, potatoes, and whatever the oil was that they made for, cooked it in. So even if you can't get an organic chip that you like, you can get one, but you really have to do your homework and look at it. So for me, just doing that, it really cut out so much, so that I still was getting the stuff I wanted. I just wasn't eating a ton of it the way I was before, right? And having my body react to it. So anyway, you guys, I mean, that's kind of my trip. I had so much fun. I kept my daughter so busy. In July, we're going back out there again for the Midsummer Scream. And when we were in Burbank and went to the Mystic Museum, oh my gosh, there's another Mystic Museum on the same street. And there's like 4 Halloween shops that my daughter just had no more energy to keep doing all this stuff, because every day I just had a bunch of things that I wanted to do. The other thing that we did that was so incredibly fun and relaxing was the sea salt cave. And it was literally a cave, because out here in Washington, they have a sea salt room, and I went to that, but it was just kind of because they basically just put Himalayan salt on it was like a sandbox, right? And then they put a salt lamp in there, and they had a few little things on the wall that were made of salt, but they really didn't finish the whole experience. And so it was cool, but it was not a cave. And this cave, they actually, the first couple of minutes, the lights go out, you sit in a zero gravity chair, which I just acquired, or just bought some for the house because I love those. Zero gravity chairs, a blanket, and then the lights dim. They have a waterfall, and the entire thing is a cave. And then your feet are on salt when you're touching. It's like they make it a certain coldness because it aerates. I forget what they call it, but it aerates the fumes that come off the salt, which is really good for you. And then what they do is they first tell you like this really. It's basically like a guided meditation, but the introductory is this girl telling you how healthy it is for you to be in this room, and the benefits of the salt. Then they go into a guided meditation, and then they go into 30 minutes of silence. And so it was just an amazing experience to have with my daughter. And also it's kind of the first trip with my daughter where she actually wanted me to come out. When they're young and they're on their own, they don't want you to come out for a while and visit because they're doing their own thing, and they're becoming adults. But when they are firmly established in their life and they have their own thing going on and they've become adults, right? And everyone's, I've adjusted to the fact that they're all adults, that I don't see them as little kids anymore, So having her invite me to come out and stay with her was a really amazing thing. And that's why I say that, when you pull everything else away, it's all about love, right? So I want to just end with that, and want to get the healing portion in. Is just right now, let's just take a deep breath, call in all your own energy and exhale any energy that's not yours. Do it 2 more times. One more time. All right, you guys. So I hope you've enjoyed my little update, my update for, April basically, but definitely for the week. I'm so excited because POBA is growing leaps and bounds and just went over 7,000 students, and the highest revenue month it's had so far. It's growing slow and steady. Thank you to all of you guys for investing in yourselves, and by doing that, you're also helping my business be prosperous. And just keep your eyes open for Reiki 1 and 2 coming in May. I'm already working on Reiki level 1, and it's pretty exciting, so I can't wait to put that out for you guys. It will also touch on clairvoyance and mediumship and all of that stuff. So if you're one person that's interested in learning more about being clairvoyant, or just, tapping into your gifts, or how to do that, like what do you do with these gifts when they turn on, and how do you understand them? Reiki really did that for me, and so I'm going to open that discussion up to talk to you about that more. So even if you're not a Reiki practitioner now, or had an interest in it, you may want to look into that, just to learn a little bit more, but also to look into understanding your clairvoyance that might be blossoming right now. So that is it for today's happy half hour, and I'm gonna just start publishing these at 6 o'clock every Friday night, so everyone will be able to see this when they're off of work, and watch whenever you can. Get some healing in and get some talking, and every week it'll be just a little bit different. We'll get a little bit of healing and a little bit of discussion in, and we'll see what you guys want to talk about. Put into the discussion in the comments what you want me to talk about, if anything, what you want me to cover. If you have any suggestions, or comment on anything that I've said in this video. If you want any links to some of the things that I mentioned, let me know. And also do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. I'm going to be setting these as premieres, and what that means is that you can comment, even if it's like, I'm so excited to watch this video, or say hello to me. But if you hit like and subscribe, and if you add a comment, even before the video has gone live, what it does is it tells the algorithm on YouTube to start promoting this to people. And that's what I'm trying to do, is reach more people for healing, and for POBA, and for Place of Bliss Sanctuary as well. So you would help me out greatly if, when you see that premiere coming up, that you just hit like and leave a comment. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know I've enjoyed talking to you about it, so I will see you real soon. Bye.